Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we are here.
You're
As you
black.
can see, shut up. As you can see, it's your boy, Buddy 3000, Geekswagg podcast by He Magazine here with Ladies of the Round Table. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode, I think we're at episode 10. I'm your host, BJ Bunny 3000, along with my boy.
Dirty with the most flirty.
Ew, don't be flirting with me, homie. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm going bonkers, going insane, hoping that this episode is going to make up for the CP time that we are on right now.
Big time, right?
Yeah. I apologize for that.
Well, in our defense, that's,
Micro Shiznit's fault.
Yeah, bad connections,
That's what I'm rolling it up to be. I'm saying it's Micro Shiznit's fault because they trying to update my PC, update my Windows, update my Skype. And then Skype didn't want to have the video, so y'all wouldn't have been able to see my pretty mug whenever, we trying to talk. I'm like, dude, we can't have a Geekswagg live podcast with nothing but our voice. And like some pictures. That is not going to work.
Face on it.
So. Yeah. And unfortunately, I think Makita is going to be here. She may have to call in a little bit later because she dropped her laptop, ladies and gentlemen. Just dropped it. And so her webcam doesn't work. But she said she will try to call in and see whether or not, we can at least hear her melodious voice. But also Mr. K. Murdoch, the Sound Samurai himself, is supposed to be here on the show tonight. He informed me that he is probably going to be running a little late tonight because he and Mega Ran are recording their own podcast tonight because he was busy watching the Philadelphia Eagles put a stomping on my Carolina Panthers last night, so they didn't get a chance to record. Last night.
What? First things first.
Yeah, you got to get your football in, your Monday Night Football in. So he had to take care of that, so they couldn't do their podcast last night. So I think right now they're recording their podcast at the same time we are. But he said when he gets a chance, he's gonna try to see if he can jump on afterwards. So I'm thinking maybe in another 30 minutes or so we may see him jump on. So we're gonna see. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad you guys are here. I missed y'all. I'm pretty certain 30 Hell Motto missed y'all. Did you miss the peoples?
I did, man. I really gotta say I've been down and out for the last 2 weeks.
I know we didn't get a chance to do it last week because the Gremlins were out. And, Makita couldn't do it because she had to work, and Jace couldn't do it because he had to work. Man. Everybody else had to work. I couldn't get my ish together. K. Murdoch was all ready to go. Me and him were chatting, having a good old time, and then I was like, it's not working. Sons of
it's pretty much. It's been last 2 weeks has been a nightmare, but hopefully we get back on track a little bit more consistency here.
Yes.
Keep bringing people the real. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Just hanging there, bear with us. We freelancing right now. So, we got day jobs that run into night sometimes.
Unfortunately,
all right. So hopefully that Thanksgiving's rolling around. Another couple of weeks. Sometimes things die down there, and when that month of December kicks in,
oh my gosh,
sometimes people get a little extra lazy. So hopefully we'll be able to flow a little better during those months.
Yes.
Talking about the hotness is out, all the. All the turkey that we be eating and all that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. All that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. All that good stuff. But what I'm really, really hoping that we can get down for you guys, we have a host of absolutely redonkulous video games going on and coming out this month. Um, so I'm really hoping that we'll be able to get down on a number of those and be able to give you guys some info, some insight, some videos, even some play sessions where you guys will be able to play with us. You know, we want to be able to let y'all know when we'll be on so we can get some of our viewers or some of our listeners. Maybe even coordinate it with some of the stream team here on Ladies in the Roundtable and get like a really big game of whomever, whatever, or multiple games of whomever and whatever going on at the same time. I mean, that's just what this is all about. Because, I mean, I was thinking about it, Jay. I was really thinking about it, and the one thing that I've noticed has been absent from the enjoyment I've been having playing for, like, man, maybe even like the last 6 months to 9 months has been actually gaming with other people that I know. Do you know what I mean? It's been rare that either me and you, or me and my sister, or my sister and you, or me, my sister and you, or just, you know, the regular people that I usually want to game with or do game with. It's been rare that we've been able to get on at the same time, on the same game, and like just have a session, even if that session is just like an hour. You know what I mean? It's been really rare, and I miss that, and we got to get that going. We just got to get that going.
We definitely do, because I mean, even last year we talked about all the NBA hookups we were supposed to do.
Yeah. We had like one NBA hookup.
Yeah. And you know, we usually get down. Oh my God, we probably get about 30-40 games in the season together. So you're definitely right there. We got that. We got to get some. You know, we got Destiny out there. We got to jump on that. I mean,
yeah, I've been sleeping on Destiny because I've been talking trash about it, and you know, I've even been telling the lovely people at Ladies in the Roundtable that I was gonna like start up a clan for the whole, you know, just for the whole site where all of our listeners as well as some of the stream team could jump on and we could have like organized raids together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the big draw right now, you know, all the super hard, extremely long raids that are supposed to be on Destiny. I haven't even tried one yet.
No, I have. I tried one, but the problem is when you don't go in with friends that you know, you get random people and they just drop out. So like when you die at certain spots, they don't like it. They just jump off the game and that's it. You're done. You don't.
And it's a piss off because some people will do that just so that they can get a certain bounty, and then when they're done with that bounty, they'll pop off. It won't matter if they're in a strike mission or a raid mission or what. They'll just be like, "Oh, I got my mission," boop, and off and leave y'all hanging. And you're like, "What the?"
Yeah, that's kind of what happens. And let me tell you, even when you're doing the Vanguard missions, it doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. And people jump off. The games aren't made to be played with just, you know, when they set it up for 3 or 6, you know, and then have 2 people play.
Yep.
You know, it kind of stinks. So, and then they leave you to finish these hard missions, man.
Yeah. Like, oh my gosh.
It's painful.
But, ladies and gentlemen, what I'd like to kind of do today, I'm hoping that we can I'm trying to postpone some of the video game talk, hopefully, because I kind of want to get into it with K Murdoch, because I know, you know, I want to get his insight on some of the new stuff that's popping off, some of the new games that are coming out, what he thinks of them, what he's seen, what he hasn't seen, you know, just get a little round table chat with him when he gets on. So I'm going to try to delay it as much as possible. And maybe even Makita will get in here if she's able to join us as well. We'll be able to get her wisdom on things here. And what I kind of wanted to do is see whether or not, you know, just kind of get through some of the other things that we typically like to go over and discuss here on Geekswagg. Because there's you know, ladies and gentlemen, there's a host of other things going on in the geek world. Like for instance, they have a rumored selection as well as a official selection for 2 of the members of the Suicide Squad. for DC Comics' upcoming movie. You hear about that, Jay?
I have not. I am kind of excited to hear you say that. So, what you got on
Yes,
that?
actually, I heard. Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
I saw pieces of it. I haven't seen like the movie. Like,
Oh, okay. So
from
there's a lady that is on there's a lady that is there on that movie that plays Leo DiCaprio's wife, I think, in the movie.
okay.
Or main squeeze or fling or whatever. I can't remember because it's been a while. You know, I watched the movie like in January, so I can barely remember the plot. But
Is
she's
that the blonde you're talking about?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know
She
what
is
you're talking about.
absolutely gorgeous, right? She played the hell out of that role, and she was selected to be Harley Quinn.
Really?
Yes, she's gonna be the new Harley Quinn. Speaking of which, let me see if I can get her name so I do this justice. Her name, ladies and gentlemen, is Harley Quinn from. Oh, it's leaving me to it. Come on, Google. Margot Robbie is her name. She's an Australian actress. A lot of foreigners taking a whole lot of roles nowadays.
That's a whole nother topic, bro. That is not a lie. That's not a lie. There are people that I didn't even know were like English or from Australia playing like people from down south.
Pretty much. And that's in a lot of TV shows as well as movies, but
yes.
Like you said, that's a whole nother topic. I won't say I'm necessarily educated on that quite either, so I don't necessarily want to dig into it. You know what I mean? And be like, and start discussing it because I have to do my research on a topic like that. You know what I mean? That's kind of deep to kind of discuss on the show. But yeah, she was officially selected. From my understanding, they also have Jared Leto. He is going to be the Joker, supposedly. That's what I heard. So I'm not 100% certain how I feel about that. But that hasn't been confirmed yet, so I don't want to, start spread. Well, it's kind of late to say I don't want to spread the rumor because I'm kind of spreading the rumor.
Right, the rumor mills have been open.
Oh yeah, pretty much. So as I crunch in your face with my chocolate-covered pretzel meal,
it's funny because the only picture I see is some Godiva chocolates.
So yeah, that was pretty big news. I think, it's been a while since we've talked, but Marvel has unleashed the Megaton bomb of listing of all of their movies that are coming out. From now until 2017?
No, I thought it was further than that. They were going up to 2019.
Really? I thought it was only 2017. I thought the last one, Inhumans, was 2017 or something like that.
I saw one that. Yeah, I saw one that was pretty much out there. It was they had 5 years worth of content they were trying to show, and I just thought it was just wild. They have a lot of stuff lined up, so.
So let me see if I can get this out. We got Age of Ultron coming next year.
Yep.
In May.
Let me see if I can find. Let me look it up while you go on there and see if I can find that list. But it was pretty long.
Mm-hmm. We got Ant-Man, which is coming out next year. We have the next Captain America, Civil War, which is 2016. Can't wait for that. Oh my god. We got Doctor Strange later on in 2016. That's right for the holiday season. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in 2017. That's going to be fresh. We've got the next Thor, Ragnarok, in 2017. We have, oh my gosh, and I can't wait for this one, the Black Panther, which they also announced. They announced the guy who's going to be Black Panther, too.
Yeah, who's going to be Black Panther?
Chadwick Boseman.
Don't know.
He's like one of those actors that you've probably seen in something.
But you don't know him by name.
Yeah, you don't know him by name,
Yeah.
but you've probably seen him. So yeah, Black Panther. I'm super excited about that. Apparently he's going to be in. I think he's going to be in the next Captain America movie. So they're gonna have him in some of the other movies first before they have his movie, which is smart. But that's what they're doing with that. And then of course we have. Oh, this is probably what you were thinking, Jay. Then the next uh, Avengers movies are going to be
Right.
Part 1 and Part 2, which are
Two.
May 2018 for Part 1 and May 2019 for Part 2.
Yep. Yeah, I'm
And
looking at it right now too, and it's the same thing.
right, and then Captain Marvel, which I know a lot of
Yep.
people are extremely excited about, is a really, 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 really big movie. Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers herself, in 2018. I don't think they've even hinted who's going to be playing that.
Right.
And then the Inhumans in 2018.
Yep.
And me personally, I know nothing about the Inhumans, so that's going to be interesting to
Neither
see
do I.
what they do
I'm
with
gonna have to
that.
catch up on some Inhumans because I don't know.
Yeah, I've got honestly, and this is what I was trying to explain with Makita the couple weeks ago when we were talking about how she was kind of jaded with some of the storylines, and I can understand that. I mean, there's a lot of diehard comic book fans who've been reading comics hardcore for like the last 10 years, even before all the Marvel movies started coming out. And they've been reading the comics and then they've been watching the movies and they've been disappointed in either some of the directions that the storylines have gone, or disappointed that they aren't as good, or even just disappointed with some of the comics and the reboots and stuff that they're doing now. But I think what a lot of people have to realize, especially the die-hard comic book fans, because right now I'm definitely not what you would consider a die-hard comic book fan. But right now I think I'm regenerating that passion, that interest. And a big reason for that are all these new TV shows, all these new movies, and all these new representations of characters that honestly I wasn't interested in before, but because they're putting in enough faith in the character to make a movie, it's like, oh, if they have enough faith in this particular character to put them in their own solo movie, or whatever, maybe it warrants me going in and actually reading a few graphic novels or something, just to get more familiar on that particular character.
Right, with the character.
Right, and honestly, if you're Marvel, that's all you want. You want people, you're always going to have your dedicated hardcore fans, because they're going to be the ones that support you, and they're going to buy either your comics and watch your movies, or they're going to be real choosy about which comics they buy, or real choosy about which movies because they're upset, right? Those aren't really the ones that they're worried about. Marvel is worried about drawing in a larger audience to their entire world, a larger audience to their movies as well as their comics. They're trying to pull in the young ones, they're trying to pull in the old heads, they're trying to pull in the heads that didn't know anything about comics, period. They're just trying to draw more people in. And these movies are like I don't want to use a drug reference, so I'm going to refrain from doing that, because that's what I was about to do.
Not gonna use drug reference.
Nope, no drugs. Drugs are bad. It's like the entry level. They're just the entry level geekdom. These movies are like your entry level ways of getting into geekdom. They'll get you interested. That's the first carrot. That's the first thing they use to draw you in, till you're at a point where you're like, oh wow, I love this new Black Panther movie. I want to read up on him. I want to, that's my new favorite superhero. Or just like all the kids, like when my sons saw Guardians of the Galaxy, it took them all of 3 minutes for them to say, that Star-Lord was their new favorite Marvel superhero. It used to be Incredible Hulk because of the Avengers. They were all like, "Oh, Incredible Hulk is awesome. That's my favorite dude." It's like, I hate Iron Man because he's dumb. I hate Captain America because he's corny. But I love Incredible Hulk because he be beating up everybody. And oh yeah, he took Loki and started bashing him around. That was like their favorite scene. You know, just like Hulk smash. You know, he just threw Loki all over the place, so they were laughing their rear indicus off, right? But you know, they got to a certain point watching Guardians of the Galaxy. They were like, "Oh wow, Star-Lord is so cool. He's so funny. I like Star-Lord now." And you know, of course, then they were like, "Oh, I like Rocky Raccoon because he had all the guns and stuff. I love Rocky Raccoon." So they kept flip flopping between the two, depending on who was on the last scene that they thought was funny. You know, so it's doing what you want it to do. It's pulling in the younger crowd. It's pulling in new people, and that's what I love about what's going on right now with the Marvel movies. It's making people more interested in it. Especially, I mean, think about it. Even with the TV shows, DC is knocking it out of the park with these TV shows. I mean, Arrow, and honestly, I have to kind of like take a step back, you know, and kind of get like a hole punch or get like a demerit on my geek card, because I can honestly say I have not watched an episode of Agents of Shield this season, and I have not watched any episodes of Arrow or Flash or Gotham or any of these new shows that DC has put out that are just off the charts from what I've been hearing people. I've heard mixed things about Gotham, but you know, it's kind of one of those things that I feel bad that I haven't gotten into it to be able to talk about it, because so many people have talked about it and said that it's, I don't want to say off the chain, but that it's, you know, it's great. So
Gotham is a very good show, and
you've watched it?
Yeah, I'm almost caught up. I missed Monday's episode, but it's pretty good. Arrow, I'm a diehard Arrow guy, so that's a fantastic show. Let me tell you, I gotta give out props, because for a show being on the CW, it's off the hook.
Don't hate on the CW, because my man Malcolm Goodwin, whom we did the interview with, is gonna be on that CW soon. I think in January. So you know, with iZombie. So you know, don't be cracking on CW. They got some good stuff.
They do now, but you know, CW's kind of always been like the butt of, you know,
the joke.
Pretty much. But I gotta honestly say, Arrow is a fantastic show. It's just so well done.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1 I thought was fantastic. Season 2 was just off the hook. I mean, and I can't stop watching that show. I love it. And Flash, there's some crossover going on there between Flash and Arrow. So
Flash Gordon?
No,
I'm just playing with you. I know.
Wish. Flash Gordon would be a good TV series, though.
It'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would love that.
Oh my gosh, I missed that movie so much. And I know I'm like switching topics like right at the beginning, but we started talking about Flash, and that's one of my most favorite movies of all time. Flash, the old Flash movie, not the old one, because wasn't it a TV? Was it? It was like an old TV show back in the day, right?
Yeah, it was an old TV show.
Didn't they have like an even older movie? It was like black and white. Was it either black and white? I think it was in color.
It was a black and white one.
But let's see. Let me get this right. The '80s version of Flash Gordon with Queen doing the soundtrack, honestly, is probably one of the, I don't want to say the worst movies ever, but honestly, it is not a very good movie, but it does what it needs to do because it has just the right corn factor. It's kind of like one of those B movies that's done well.
Yeah, but the problem
does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's kind of tough to watch them today.
Dude, I could watch Flash Gordon every single day, like 2 or 3 times. What you talking about? Don't talk about Flash, son. Flash.
Oh man, He'll say it,
Something of the universe.
Yeah, we all know the song, but what I'm saying is like the replay value is just.
Nah, I know what you mean. That's the thing.
Oh.
It's like trying to show
good.
that.
I'll watch it, but
Mm-hmm.
what kills me is when you're looking at these horrible backgrounds, right?
Oh yeah.
And then
you're like, oh dude, that's a wire on that little ship that's flying right now.
I can see the guy blowing the smoke in the background.
His arm is sticking out. It's like, dude, move out the way.
You're blocking my view. I can see the mic.
Oh man, I think for me, because I mean honestly, I think I've showed it to my. This is usually how I can tell how classic or how bad a movie is. If I can show it to my kids, and my kids, just look at it and then they say that they want to go watch Boomerang, or they don't want to finish watching it or something like that. Because most of the time, my sons will watch just about anything I want to watch, right? So like, I did a test. I started putting on movies. I put on like The Last Starfighter. That's a good 80s sci-fi movie, right?
Yeah.
My kids loved it. And I figured they would because, kids playing video games. All of a sudden, he beats the high score on the video game. And the dude comes down and says, oh, dude, you played that game so much. We gonna take you so that you can fly a spaceship and, like, kill aliens for a living. Oh, my gosh. That's always what I wanted to do. I want to get on and play Star Wars.
Just like the game.
Yeah, the interface is just like the little video game that you played. You're really training so that you can save the universe. That's what I want to do. That's every kid's dream, right? That video games really have like the ultimate purpose in the world to save the world, right? So,
so you know how many times I saved the world? Matter of fact, I'm saving it right now.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But that's like that's like the litmus test that I use. So, my kids loved that movie, right? And then I put on Flash, and I think all three of my kids fell asleep. Yeah. They were just like, I was sitting there going, Flash! Oh! And they were like, Dad, shut up. We trying to sleep. I'm like, oh. Y'all don't like this movie? And it's like, no, this is not cool, Dad. We don't like this movie. They love the music.
No, the music is great. Flash.
Yeah, they love the music, but they were not interested in watching Flash at all, and I was disappointed. I had to disown them at the time. So,
no, Flash isn't bad. Me personally, I'll still geek out and watch it.
Well, yeah, well for us, it's beautiful because it's nostalgia. That's the reason why we like it. That's the reason why we would watch it or buy it because it's the whole nostalgia thing, right?
Right.
But for them, it's like.
Yeah, pretty much. Why does he go into space?
Why is he spinning in circles? Why is space that many colors? What is going on, Dad? There aren't that many colors in space. He went in a black hole. He should be dead. They start rationalizing stuff. I'm like, look, this is, made during the time when drugs were more plentiful. Shut up. Watch the movie.
Right.
Dad, what are drugs? Sorry, I didn't say that. No, bad. But it's one of those things, man. I think we are in a very interesting golden age for comic books, and a part of me hopes and prays that this means that more studios will look into something else that needs extreme fan service to happen. And I think it's kind of started. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, video games. Video game movies have been butt awful since the beginning of video game movies.
Just disgusting.
The
only Kombat says it all.
But
the
one basically one thing.
Double Dragon, that was worse than Mortal
Oh my god, that was god awful. Super Mario Brothers, even worse. But ladies and gentlemen, we have an inkling of hope. Okay? And I have 3 shows as proof. 3 shows. Alright? And I'm gonna list them for you right now. Ooh, actually it might be 4 shows. I'm going to try to see if I can list them for you right now. These are shows, ladies and gentlemen, you need to go and either Google or find out or listen or not listen, but, try to watch if you love video games. First off, the the Halo Forward Until Dawn. That was extremely promising as a live action rendition
it wasn't right.
of a
It
video
wasn't
game.
as bad as I thought it was.
It wasn't like stupendous. It wasn't perfect, but it gave you faith to say, look, they made it live action and it's actually working. You know, they did. You know, they couldn't put a whole lot in. You know, they tried to do a little bit with the storyline, but because Halo 4 hadn't come out yet and this was supposed to tie into Halo 4, they couldn't do a whole lot. You know, they had one character that they kind of wanted to flesh out to try to see if this whole live action show thing with Halo was going to be worth their time. And it turned out that people liked it. And you know, I thought it was pretty decent. You know, the special effects were good. You know, they kind of drug out some of the scenes and some of the episodes, and you know, some of them just weren't interesting. But you know, they were trying to tell a story, and I thought they did a decent job. Ray of Hope, right? That's the first one. So if you haven't seen Forward Until Dawn, you should check that out. The other one that was absolutely fantastic, which actually I think started off as, like, I guess you'd say fan fiction or a fan created film, was the more recent Mortal Kombat shows that they've been doing on Machinima. I think they finished the second season like early this year or like late last year or something like that, right? I don't know when the next season's supposed to start, but they've started building and they've gotten really. What's the name of it? Is it It's Mortal Kombat. Mortal Wombat something or other. See, I'm gonna have to look that up. Also,
yeah,
on it.
Yeah, they're live action.
They're live action renditions of Mortal Kombat. They are on Machinima. Mortal Kombat live action series Legacy. That's what it is. Mortal Kombat Legacy.
That's it.
And it's good. You know, the second season honestly wasn't as good as the first season in my opinion, but it was still very good. I've yet to figure out how exactly they're trying to pull a storyline together with that thing, because it seems like it seems like every 2 episodes are about the backstory for like one character and that character's nemesis. You know, so a part of me thought it was just going to be a standalone miniseries, kind of, you know, a whole bunch of shorts pieced together. And I think the first season did a little bit better of a job trying to pull together some of the storylines and mesh them together into the actual Mortal Kombat tournament thing, kind of like the movie. But the second one didn't quite do it as well. You know, they were still introducing characters and stuff. So I'm not certain how all that's going to turn out or how well that all is doing. But I remember it coming off pretty good. Actually, now that I'm sitting here looking at, you know, all the different things when I tried to Google Mortal Kombat live action, it looks like there will be a new Mortal Kombat X live action series that Warner Brothers is going to do. Which is interesting. But that's not the same thing or the same people as the ones who are doing Mortal Kombat Legacy. So it'll be interesting to see where, you know, what happens with the whole Mortal Kombat property. You know, now that they're doing all these live action series. So, you know, that's a ray of hope, right? Pretty decent.
Little ray.
Yep. Let's see, what was the other live action one that did pretty good? Have you seen the new Street Fighter Assassin's Fist live action series?
No, I haven't seen that.
It is very, very, very good. You should Google that. You should watch that. Let me see, where can people find that? Google. I love Google. Google, way to go. Y'all are awesome. Y'all saving my patootie because my memory is like horrible.
That's right. Great googly boogly.
Hey, what's happening, Morel? 0913. Where are the ladies? That's a good question. Makita, she is supposed to be here, but she's not here unfortunately today. Yes, it's a sausage fest day. Mad sausage fest. I know in the channel's called Ladies Round Table, and you like look at the two dudes. I know. I'm sorry. That's just the way the show is. We trying to get Makita in here. Hopefully she'll be able to come in. Of course, the Gremlins were working with her today. She dropped her laptop, and her webcam isn't working, so I'm not 100% certain if she's gonna be able to join us, Marvel. But what's up, homie or lady? I'm not certain. Lady, homie. Let me know. Let me know. Person, Geekswagg person, Geekswagg fan. But let's see. That's what I was doing. Street Fighter Assassin's Fists. Oh, they're on season 2 already. It started this year, and let's see, where is it? Because I know they actually were at the whole cast was actually at Comic-Con. Oh, they've already released it on DVD. Awesome. I saw it online somewhere for free though. If you guys look up streetfighteraf.com, I think you can, let's see where you can watch it online. I think you might be able to watch the whole series on their website. That's interesting. But yeah, I think they had the episodes on Twitch. I want to say they had them on Twitch someplace, if not on YouTube. It might have been YouTube someplace, just like everything else. But yeah, if you basically. But yeah, if you check that out, that is a well done show that goes into the training of Ryu and Ken, as well as the origins of Akuma. And because Akuma is supposed to actually have been the I guess you could say Akuma is like the Ken of is like Ken and Ryu and Ken's teacher. What is his name?
Gin.
Yeah, Gin. He basically trained with Akuma before Akuma became Akuma. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Ahuma?
Yeah, Ahuma. But so it's like they started off training together, learning the same Shoryuken karate, and then they learned about the darker side of that art form, and that's why they call it Assassin's Fist, because that's like the name of the art form. But they were forbidden from learning the darker form, because the darker form is almost like the dark side. It's the easy way out. It's the easy way to be able to learn how to use your ki and do the flaming dragon punch and like the 15,000 fireballs and all that other kind of stuff, right? So they're as their Ryu and Ken are learning how to use this Assassin's Fist style of martial arts, they're learning that they have to be patient in controlling it, because if they don't control it, it ends up controlling them, which is apparently what happened with Akuma. So they go into all of that. So they kind of show how Ken is seduced by the dark side, and how Ryu is trying to learn the right way, and how Gen is trying to save Akuma, and how Akuma like kills their master and goes off to the woods and learns this dark art form. And, his hair starts glowing, his eyes starts glowing, everything starts glowing. He gets all buff and big and starts tearing people apart and everything. So it's a very interesting show. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely go see it. And like I said, that is like, for me, the genesis of a possible I guess you could say revival of video game movies, or beginning of video game movies. You know what I mean? We've heard so much about so many of our favorite series being able to be brought to the movies, but just like everybody else, we're all skeptical. I mean, after the whole, after all of the Resident Evils that for some reason won't die, we've got Michelle Rodriguez in like every Resident Evil movie, and she dies in like every Resident Evil movie, and yet she's in almost every Resident Evil movie.
That's how I roll, son.
Apparently, and we just can't get rid of those movies. But we've got those going on. We've had one good side. Now I don't know about y'all. I haven't really played through any of the Silent Hill movies, but I thought the first Silent Hill movie that came out was good. I liked it.
They all sucked.
There was only like 2 of them. What you mean they all sucked? I thought the first one was.
They all sucked. Those 2 that came out, they were bad.
No, I thought the first one was good. I liked the atmosphere that the first one had and how spooky it ended and everything. The second one I didn't bother seeing. I heard bad things because I heard a lot of people that actually were into the video game thought that the first rendition of the film rendition, the very first one, was pretty decent, and that they liked it. I was like, oh yeah, it's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, you just crazy, Salt. You just crazy.
Oh my god, those, you know what it is? Those, I don't know. Those things are pretty bad, man. Like the only Resident Evil that was halfway decent was the first one.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. The Silent Hill one was decent.
I saw that and I turned it off like 3 times. Those are the movies that you just you're trying to watch them. They're just bad.
Okay.
I mean, like, let's put it this way. I mean, they're decent. They're halfway decent movies that's been made. Video games that's been made into movies. They're halfway decent, but none of them are like. Honestly, none of them are worth watching. Like, I wouldn't pay money to the theater to go see them.
No.
And and that's what I mean. Like, they're not. I consider a halfway decent movie something you'd go pay to go see.
So
they don't.
With
they
that
don't even
said,
caliber.
With that said, what video game movie have you heard or not heard that's going to be in production that you would pay to see?
I honestly can't tell you.
If it was done decent, not even necessarily good, but if it was done decent, because you like to see that you like it enough to do that.
There's one I think you probably, and I don't know if it's going to actually happen. They're talking about doing an Uncharted movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that may be something that I would probably be interested in seeing. I don't know if it's going to be any good.
I can see that. That's an easy transition, but I've got a bad feeling because honestly, me personally, I think Uncharted works as a video game, but as a movie, it's too much like a smash up between
like an Indiana Jones movie.
But yeah, between Indiana Jones and what's that other Firefly? Nathan Fillion. It's like a mashup between both of those, and it's not, to me as a movie, it wouldn't be different enough for it to be a good movie.
Well, the thing is, the only thing I know about that formula is that it works.
Yeah, so, as a video game, it's very cinematic. I could very easily see it if they had the right actor. I could very easily see it being one of those mediocre Resident Evil kind of movie games.
What I'm saying, as a movie, it works also.
Yeah.
So like
it's an easy it's an easy transition.
It's an easy transition, and I think they can really do something with it, and as long as they don't botch it and they get a halfway decent actor to play Nathan Drake, it'll be good. I think you can pull that one off.
Yep.
There's some of them, they're just like, I don't know, like, you've heard about the Final Fantasy movies like that.
Oh my God, no.
Exactly, and that's what I am talking about.
That's some bullshit.
Rascal, man. It's not gonna be good.
No.
And like the G.I. Joe movies, those are horrible too.
Yes.
But we still paid to watch them.
Yes.
Those are bad.
Yeah. Because we love the characters enough to be invested enough to actually sit down and watch it. It's kind of like Transformers.
Right.
Every single time, I know it's gonna be horrible, but I always rent it from freaking Netflix just to see.
Right, and we watch them anyway. And Transformers, not even what's her name could save it. God, I forgot.
Marky Mark.
Megan, whatever.
Oh, Megan Fox. Man, she wasn't even in the last one.
She wasn't the last 2. She wasn't in.
Yeah, the last 2. That's right. She was in the last 2.
Like, as far as looking at the CGI and watch Optimus Prime, you're like, oh my god, this is so fresh.
That's right. Oh my god, he's transforming. What the heck is he doing now? Because dude, the whole
Right.
transforming thing, it was just that's just too many gears moving around.
It was, but it was freaking awesome looking at it.
Well, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
You got Shia LaBeouf there.
Shala boo boo. Shala boo boo.
You know, you can choke over it. You know,
Oh man.
it's like a little whiny girl in the movie, so.
Yeah. But for me, I think if they did a video game movie that would be live action, that I think could really, really take. Oh man, that's a hard ass question. I think a video game movie that would work out really well. I think they could take something from BioWare. I honestly do. I don't know if it would be Dragon Age or if it would be what you call it? Man, it just left Mass Effect or Jade Empire or something. I think they could take one of those franchises and not even necessarily redo those stories, but at least be in those realms or in those worlds and do like a different or new character. And I honestly think they could pull off a good movie in something that BioWare has done, because I think they put enough attention into all of their properties that they could easily do a spin-off movie based off of one of the video games. I mean, just from the mere fact that they're getting ready to do another Mass Effect now. You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
You saw the little screens and stuff. I mean,
So
that's completely unrelated, to all the characters that are in the first trilogy. It's going to be completely standalone, but because they developed the world, and all the different races and the worlds and stuff and the, all that different stuff enough, you could easily see yourself getting invested in another brand new character in that world, because the world has so much personality already.
Yes, it does. I mean, there's just so much going on there. You could easily put anyone in there.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping that they don't go bonkers and go so far in this new direction for this new Mass Effect that they completely destroy the modest success that they had with the third one. I know that they're going to have to do something new. It's going to have to be inventive. It's not going to be the same game engine. They're just going to start from scratch and do something completely different. But, yeah, that's basically what they said when they had the little Twitch stream, on what was it, N7 Day or something like that.
Right.
But I'm just like every other Mass Effect fan. I'm just excited that they're returning to it and they're not waiting for another 10 years to go back to it like some other companies do. And on that same note, I guess we can kind of transition to some of the games, because I've got a feeling that K. Murdoch may not be coming. I haven't seen anything from him quite yet. I'll keep my eyes open for it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see whether or not he'll be able to drop in.
Yeah, let's get to the game. Well, actually, before we get to the games, just want to let the people know out there, they already putting out those lists for Black Friday.
Oh yeah, definitely check out those deals, ladies and gentlemen, and plan out your Black Friday accordingly.
That's right. I mean, they got some great stuff going on at Target and Walmart and Best Buy. So
Target.
Yeah, just definitely
Sachet.
look up.
Target. Sachet.
Oh yeah, Sachet. Hooyay, Foonyay.
But yeah, definitely keep your eyes open, ladies and gentlemen. They're starting to release all of that information.
Yep, so keep your eyes out for those. They had a couple of them go hot today.
I know one in particular was pretty big for those who like to go to Target, like you just said. I think it was the whole, on top of having the $50 off price for the Xbox One bundles, they also are giving like a gift card or something like that.
Yeah, they're giving out gift cards along with like if you buy X1 and PlayStation bundles, you get like a $75 gift card.
Which is major, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
it's big time.
So
that's like one controller.
Pretty much. get a controller, pick up another game.
Yeah,
Or if you don't have a
it's insane how
Xbox
expensive
Live
controllers
subscription
are.
or a PSN subscription, you can
Get that for
get
free.
that
Yeah,
for free.
yeah,
For
that's
free,
for
basically.
free.
So they hooking
It's
you
awesome.
up, folks. So take it.
Yes.
Take
So
it.
yeah, definitely keep your eyes on that. But, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't had the opportunity to talk about some of these amazing games that are coming out. These publishers are starting to surprise us after the slow start. All of Destiny. Oh my gosh. Sorry, that just. I hope I'm not coming down with anything. Goodness. But we've had some astounding offerings. Like a lot of people have been really impressed with the open world ridiculousness in Sunset Overdrive. Been hearing a lot of good things about that. I've already seen early reviews pop in for Dragon Age, and they've been extremely good. A lot of people are very happy with the direction BioWare took, and are saying that it's easily one of those games that you're going to be dumping a good 100+ hours into because of all the exploration and all the crafting and all the just exploring and digging into backstories for all your characters and stuff, which is everything that made the first Dragon Age beautiful, except it's going to have faster combat.
Yes.
You're going to have the real-time combat and everything going on, plus the whole tactical view for those of you who want more of a challenge. So yes, definitely looks like Dragon Age Inquisition is not going to disappoint RPG fans. So I'm hype about that. Hype.
Yeah, I saw a lot of gameplay on it, and it looks really, really good.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I mean, you can. I heard they have some online play too, which is. It sounds pretty interesting. You can get up to 4 people. And,
yeah, I heard it's there. I heard it's not really much in terms of an additive to the experience, but I've got a feeling it's going to be one of those that you release it. You remember how Mass Effect 3 was. When we first got it, we were like, hey, it's okay. There's not much to it. There's only like, X amount of there's only like X amount of classes you can be, and there's like only 3 maps. You're going to get bored with that soon. And then next thing you know, it was like every 2 weeks they had like an update that had like a chunk of maps and a chunk of classes and races and stuff that kind of made it more that you wanted to grind more to try out this new class that they had or this new weapon that you saw or something like that. It kind of looks like one of those things that as you go along, just like Mass Effect 3 is going to be.
That's pretty much what I think you're going to get out of that. And, it's not going to be horrible, but I think you're right. Most people are going to be keen in on the single player.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to get it for. I heard, like a lot of people are commenting on, you had the, Dragon Age, the first one was just classic RPG.
Yes, it was a classic Baldur's Gate update, essentially. That's basically what it was. It was a Baldur's Gate for the console. That's basically what it was.
And almost the same thing they had going on with Mass Effect. The first one, that was RPG to the utmost. And then the second one, they went into more of an action game.
Yeah, because they felt like they weren't getting enough fans. They wanted more action RPG, is what they were attempting to do.
And
they went a little too action.
Same deal. They, that's what folks were saying. So now they're saying that you're getting a combination of some good action with classic RPG. So they've done look like they've been doing their homework, and they've really done a good job with Inquisition. So me myself, I'm a little broke today, but hopefully by the end of the week, and I promise Mr. Brown for his birthday, I'll hook him up, so I get him a copy, and probably the following week I will get myself one, and get on there and enjoy this game. I'm gonna be a loser. I'm gonna go get it from my PS4. Get some shiny. I'm playing on that, and I'm gonna definitely do a nice little video review for that guy coming up soon.
Yes, definitely, ladies and gentlemen, definitely. So I'm happy that we're actually starting to get a flux of next, and I don't even want to say next gen games because they aren't next gen, they're this gen games that are worth buying, that are worth playing, that are worth investing time in, that are worth recommending to people, and not just saying buy this because it's a decent game and there aren't that many decent games on this console. There are actually games out now that you can say, okay, I can't play that on my 360 or my PS3. I'm going to go ahead and get a PS4. I'm going to go ahead and get an Xbox One so I can play these games.
Yeah, you know? and the problem with that right now is, like, I'm sure the games, they're you know, they're almost the same. The only thing you're actually getting with a newer console is pretty shiny. There's nothing that's actually, you know, sticking out, you know, because, you know, you get, like, Call of Duty on, you know, your Xbox or your PS4, yeah, it's going to look great. You know, on the 360, it probably won't look as great, but you're going to get the same game. So, you know, I'm you know, I'm geekdom, so I'm going to get mine. But, like, if you're not looking to spend the cash right now,
do it. I disagree, ladies and gentlemen. It's Black Friday. You're getting deals. You're getting bundles.
Yeah, that's
because
what I'm saying. Wait for the
this
deals.
is the time to get it.
Crazy.
This holiday season, get it, because starting next year, you're gonna get stuff like Witcher 3. You're gonna get stuff like
those aren't
gonna be on the little lesser consoles, and they've already started announcing certain games that at first they were thinking they were going to do it on 360 and PS3, and they were like, you know what? No. Yeah. They were like, we're not going to do all that development. We're just going to jump straight to the new current. That makes any sense since it's not next gen. So I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start getting a new group of games just like Shadow of Mordor and everything that you're going to be playing on these next gen systems, and they're just going to start saying that are very good, that are a lot of fun to play, and you're just going to be like, oh snap, they aren't coming out on the 360. Damn, gonna have to go get my, I'm gonna have to get my PS4 now. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you,
but I mean, like,
go ahead and get in on the deals now.
Right, on the Black Fridays I would do that, but if you're not looking to spend that money, I would still think you still have a few more months to wait.
Shut up!
I wouldn't
do it now. Don't listen to Thingy. Listen to Bunny. Go broke. Go into debt. Go get your credit card right now. Spend that cash, son. Spend it. Get it.
Go into debt.
That's right. Go into debt, because that's what I'm gonna try to do. Okay, maybe not. I'm lying. I already got my Xbox One. I'm not trying to go into debt and get my PS4 right now. I can't do that. So I gotta slap myself in the face for that one. I was trying to be positive for all the people and get them all amped up. And I was trying to do it. I just couldn't bring myself.
People, go out there and look at the Black Friday deals, because they really have some good stuff coming out. So yes. if you can swing it, and you could probably drop about 350 bones.
350, you can probably swing something good in a bundle.
And you will get.
And that's my thing, Jay. I'm like, look, if you're going to do it, you're getting all the bundles now, but you're getting all the bundles now at a discount. So it's like, if you don't get it now, when it comes like New Year, like in mid-January or something like that, all that stuff is going to be gone.
Yes, it will.
The deal's going to be gone. You're not going to get all the free games. All you're going to be doing is getting a core console at the same price as all these people that are getting bundles with like 3 and 4 games in it.
And you're getting, you're getting a subscription. All this stuff.
Go now. I take it back. I'm going to get mine today. Oh my god.
Go on right now. Matter of fact, show's over.
Show's over. Click. Oh man, it's a good time to be a gamer, ladies and gentlemen. I found that there are a lot of games, and yes, Dirty Hell Motto, I'm clacking on some daggone Samurai Warriors and some Warriors over Ichi 3, because I love me some hack and slash, and even one of my ultimate favorite hack and slash games of all time is coming to the PS4 next year, Kingdom Under Fire 2. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, that game is going to blow some heads. Telling you. Ooh. I mean, blow some heads off. I mean, explode some heads. Get your mind out of the gutter, Thingy.
I didn't say no.
Get your mind out of the gutter, you mother bumper. This is a PGR show. Okay?
RPG show?
Yeah, an RPG show. So stop it, son. Stop it. But yes, daggone it. Kingdom Under Fire 2, I'm telling you, the very first one is a classic, one of my favorite games of all time. It's different than any other hack and slash game. If you haven't played Kingdom Under Fire: The Crusaders that came out on the original Xbox One, you're doing yourself a disservice. That game is freaking amazing. It's one of the few games I've ever seen that's able to pull together successfully two really different genres, and that's strategy and hack and slash. And RPGs. It like bundled all three of those genres together in a fun way that worked really, 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 really well. It was a very, 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 very good game, and it's taken them a long time to be able to do something of this scope, because even back then it was hard to do really good AI. So they, it was kind of easy after it. The game was kind of difficult, but once you figured out the patterns of certain enemies and learned how to use your units, it was pretty easy to beat the game. But this, I think they're going to outdo themselves, because I think they are really going to push the power of the PS4 with this thing. It looks fantastic. It's been showed off at a few trade shows, and people, different gaming outlets that have actually previewed the game have been saying pretty good things about the builds that they've seen so far, and I really think it's going to really turn some heads when people see this game. I really do. That is my prediction, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, look out for that game. If you don't know about it, go check it out. Read up on it.
Ask your mama, ask your cousin.
Nah, don't ask them. They ain't gonna know nothing about it. What you talking about? What is wrong with you?
Ask your baby mama.
Ask your baby mama. Oh, but yes, there's another game actually that they just had the alpha for that was out that I wanted to kind of chat about also. Evolve.
Yes.
Remember we were talking about that earlier? Yeah. Evolve, dude. That game was fun. But
yeah, I heard it was.
I don't think it's $60 fun.
Really?
Yes. I do not.
Please explain why.
Let me put it this way.
Definitely $60 fun.
No. Let me put it this way. After I got burned by Titanfall, I've almost learned my lesson. Because Titanfall, honestly, what I saw in the alpha, which of course is just an alpha, it's not, the regular beta build or whatever. I kind of see this game like Titanfall, because it's an online. Okay, because think about it. The whole plot of this game Evolve is that it's 4 people against 1 person, right? 4 people are playing as the hunters. 1 person is playing as the monster, right? And the way they kind of had it set up was, even if you didn't have 4 people, as long as you had 2 people, you could still have a match. And what it would allow that 1 person to do is they could hot swap between any of the other 4 classes and still be able to hunt. And they just let the computer, right? But that's the thing. It's online. It's an online multiplayer game, so you have to do it online.
I thought there was still like a single player aspect to the game.
There may be, but that let me put it this way. I hope there is. I'm hoping that there is a single player aspect to it, and I'm wondering what the single player aspect is going to be. But the multiplayer aspect of it seems like it would be a bit old after about a month. You know what I mean? Kind of the whole Titanfall effect, where if you played it, you got through and you unlocked all the monsters and you unlocked all the characters or whatever, and that if there was somebody hardcore that was playing it and that was the only game they were playing, they could probably do it in like a month. I'm assuming, right? And then after then they get kind of bored, because there's only so much you could probably do between the hunters in terms of what equipment you can use, because you can't upgrade the equipment, or at least in that build, the alpha build, you couldn't. You can't put attachments on the equipment. All you've got is that character, the 4 pieces of equipment that they have, and that's it. You know what I mean? You can't customize the character any, because they are supposed to have their own personality, their own voice, their own, you can't put little Call of Duty insignias and stuff on the dude's butt.
Oh my god!
You can't.
Wow, that sounds really disappointing. I had high hopes for that game.
Well, no, look, these are early impressions. It's the alpha, and just like you said, I may not.
What we've been seeing lately is pretty much like what we've seen with games like Titanfall, Destiny. Dude, that's pretty much what we got. They only look a little bit shinier.
Well, that's the thing. When I was playing Evolve, it was mad shiny and polished. I was looking at it and I was playing it, and I was like, the only bad thing I had to say about what I was playing was the loading seemed like it took forever. It was like going from match to match. It seemed like it took a bit too long.
And that could have
just been them working out the kinks in the service, because that's the whole point in having an alpha, so they can work out kinks.
Limited services, they may not have, instead of having whatever 50, 70 servers, whatever they have when they do stuff like that, they might have only had 5 or 10.
Right, and of course they couldn't even really test out a whole lot because the whole PS4 crash update debacle.
Yes,
but even with that, it's like even with that, it just kind of seemed as if, even as the alpha came out and people, not a whole lot of people were geeked up or talking a whole lot about it, from what I could tell. It was like, it was fun. I played it. I wanted to play more. I wanted to be more of the, I wanted to be Bunzilla. I wanted to unlock all the monsters so I could go and chomp on all the little hunters and everything. It was fun, but just like Titanfall, when I was like, "Oh my god, I love mechs! I'm gonna be stomping on people. I'm gonna punch through chests. I'm gonna be shooting stuff." After a few months, you said, "Okay, I've punched through enough chests. I've been shooting enough stuff." Because just like in Titanfall, you have that small set of weaponry that you're gonna be using. Not that many attachments or anything, or upgrades, or loot, or anything. What you got is what you got. You can swap out one attachment maybe, and then you kind of get bored with it.
I've been thinking a lot lately. I'm like, there's not a lot of games out there these days that I see that should have the longevity that it should. Because most of these games are like, 5 hours,
Yep.
10 hours, and then they slap a multiplayer on it, and they're keying into the multiplayer experience so often. It's just,
it's like, the Call of Duty after glow, after wash, after effect,
right?
After party, after something. Right. You know what I'm trying to say.
Even before Call of Duty was successful with Modern 4, that campaign was still like a good 8-10 hours.
Yeah.
Now it's like 4.
But yeah, it was like, because the multiplayer was so groundbreaking and the community played that to death until the next one came out, it showed developers that there is a way for them to keep a large community and not have that community replay the same single player experience, because that's why that game was so groundbreaking, because it was so well balanced, so fun, and had such great maps that even after the next Call of Duty game came out, there was still a huge community of people playing it.
Yeah.
And other developers, even with Halo, most developers had a hard time replicating that kind of effect. Halo had that effect, but that was only on one console.
Right.
Call of Duty was like, it didn't matter what console you were on, except for Wii.
Right.
It didn't matter. The community was massive, and it was like, yo, this is a gold mine. So it was like, from that point on, that's why everybody decided, you can have that kind of experience on something other than a PC, because even before then, you saw it on Counter-Strike,
Yep.
Counter-Strike and Battlefield. The communities were massive on PC, but that didn't translate to console games, for some reason. until those two games like Halo and Call of Duty, it was like, oh my gosh, this can actually happen on the console. Yes, and then all of a sudden everybody went bonkers. Next thing you know, it's first-person shooter mania. But
I just feel like we're getting gypped. Unless you get in like like Dragon Ages, your Skyrims, your
I'm telling
Witchers.
You, people are gonna riot if the next Elder Scrolls has a multiplayer and a single player.
Yeah, people are gonna die.
People are gonna be like, what? But I don't think that'll ever happen. I mean, that's why they did the whole Elder Scrolls Online.
Right. Now, speaking of that, is that ever coming to consoles? It looks like
it's still coming. I think it's supposed. I think they delayed it until next year or something like that. Because every time I go in Best Buy, I see like the little pre-order cards and stuff for it on both consoles. So it's still coming. I think they got jaded because the PC release people were so bored with it that they were
I was bored with it. I mean, it's very pretty to look at. I mean, it was nice. It was
but it's not pulling in. It's not pulling in the numbers that they want. So I think they're delaying.
Nobody wants to pay $15 a month for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm not even gonna get into that. But it's one of those things. They want to be able to have something that when they put it on a console, that they're going to get a decent subscriber base, because right now it seems like that's what they're doing. It seems like they're beta testing it on PC.
Honestly. Which I feel bad for those guys, because I mean, I know a lot of people, even at work, I know a couple of guys that actually did it, and they paid probably about, I'd say close to about $200 already just between game and subscription.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, is that worth it? Like, you pay $60. I don't want to play online either.
No sir, no sir.
That's not cool.
But yes, actually, I know I'm kind of like just bouncing all over the place, but us, we haven't had that many shows in a while, so it's like there's so much I kind of want to get to. Another kind of big thing, and I'm interested to see what you think about this, is the relaunch of Grand Theft Auto 5 on next gen consoles. New gen. The new current gen. That's what I was trying to say.
You know what? Let's call it the new hotness.
New hotness. Ha! Yes! New hotness generation. So yeah, Grand Theft. I mean, me personally, Rockstar is like the developer of the century, because they aren't just bringing Grand Theft Auto in to the new hotness generation. They are bringing it into the new hotness generation, and they're bringing in new hotness to the new hotness. They are putting in a first-person perspective kind of mode into the game, so that you can play it in a completely different way that you can't play it on the other, generation. Right? They're adding a ton of new vehicles. They're saying that like a lot of the vehicles and stuff that you saw on some of the other Grand Theft Auto games, that they're redoing and bringing into this game, so that there's a ton more. So what that means for all of you Grand Theft Auto heads that love the game, which I do, I feel bad because I haven't gone back to it in a long time. There'll be more cars that you'll be able to trick out, put in your garage, and put all kinds of paint jobs and decals and stuff on. They're gonna have new weapons. They're gonna have, like, you can have a blimp, you can have stock car racing, where you can customize. I'm pretty certain you're gonna be able to put your own decals and your own companies and stuff on these stock cars. So they're gonna have, it's like NASCAR racing, daggone it, in Grand Theft Auto. They're gonna have, what else did they say they were gonna have? There's like a new submarine that's gonna be in there. There's gonna be, oh man, there's just gonna be a ton of new content, essentially. That's basically what it boils down to. A ton of new content for you to go through the regular story mode, as well, of course, as Grand Theft Auto Online, which to me is a huge, massive game in and of itself. And I know you haven't played that yet, right, Jay?
No, I haven't played it yet, but I
I'm
mean, from what I
telling
can
you,
see, they're
it's
gonna rack
amazing.
up. They're
It
gonna rack up.
Grant that whole series is ridiculous. Grand Theft Auto Online. I actually know people that bought the game, the new Grand Theft Auto, for the online portion of the game, not for the single player. They were like they loved the online portion of Grand Theft Auto. What was it? Grand Theft Auto 4
Yep.
so much that they were like, you know what? I don't even care about the single player story mode. I want to get online to do all the different modes and the heists and the, and all the different jobs and all that other kind of stuff. And dude, they are killing it. It's like every time you turn around, they're adding new jobs. They're adding new, uh, they're just adding new content to it all the time. Adding challenges. They're having like weekends where they're giving you, you know how it is when you can customize your player or your cards and stuff. Every holiday they've got some new holiday content that they give
Content, right?
that's all free, and it's not
Right.
DLC. It's all free. You go in there, all you gotta do is turn it on. Hey, I want to jump in Grand Theft Auto. Do I have to pay for the DLC? No, there is none. You just go in and it just downloads and it's massive content that they're just giving to. And dude, I'm
And,
telling you, that's the way it
and
should be.
right. I'm not saying don't ever have a major update or a major
Or
DLC.
yeah, or a major DLC. But
Yeah,
dude, they're
yeah,
just piling it in there.
right.
It's amazing.
They should definitely give you some. I mean, the amount of money. I'm not trying to tell the developers how to do
Yes,
the,
you are, Figgy. Go ahead,
the thing, man. But
do it.
half the time you get games and they're broken. You know what I mean? And if you know,
Now that you say broken, that kind of leads me to this other little thing. I'll put this in here and let you continue. Assassin's Creed Unity.
uh, there you go.
Keep
That's
going. Keep
you
going.
know, I feel like if I'm gonna throw Battlefield out there. Sorry, EA, but I'm gonna throw you. If you guys break that game, you should at least offer people the first DLC for free,
Yes, I agree.
just to make
What
up
was
for
it?
all the.
Second Assault? They should have just given that for free to everybody that bought the game.
Yep, and I think that people would have felt much better about the game because they played for months or tried to play for months with a game that was just jacked up.
Yep.
So yeah, I do think, and most of these guys they do that. Call of Duty is the same way. Like the online issues they've been having, with their game,
Mm-hmm.
it's horrible. It's like classic. Every time these games come out, they can't get past like that first 2 month period where things. I'm not saying it should run smooth, but
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't be like 20%.
Mm-hmm.
So they should, and I'm not talking like because some of them do give you free stuff, but they're cheap. They'll be like, "Oh, here's a new a hat for your character." You better get out of here! Don't give me no hat. Give me some DLC. So that's just a thought for y'all. Y'all need to chew on that. Eat that first DLC. And ease us into a little bit of a lesser ass fucking. Roll
Something.
that.
Something. It's amazing. Like I said, Rockstar Games. My hat is off to you guys. I am actually eager. Excuse me. I'm actually eager to play it and actually finish playing it on my Xbox One because I don't know how far I'm at. I'm maybe halfway through the single player and I barely touched the online portion of it. I'm actually
I probably
kind
would
of
never
excited.
play it.
Yeah, knowing
Yeah.
you probably won't, but I'm kind of actually excited to get into it and play it and actually finish it and see how it looks on Xbox because that game it is absolutely, me personally, I think it's probably the most beautiful game on Daggone 360. Personally,
Really?
that game is so beautiful.
It's
Yes,
better looking than Halo 4?
I think so.
Wow. And Halo 4 looks really good.
Halo 4 looks fantastic.
I
Now,
mean,
Halo
Halo
4's.
before
Now, let me
it
put it this way:
rival- it rivaled-
Halo 4's, their cutscenes look better, definitely. But those are cutscenes.
Right.
I think the actual gameplay and the way that it looks, I think Grand Theft Auto is just a gorgeous, gorgeous. It blew me away when I was playing that game, how gorgeous that game was. It's a lot of fun. It still has the same little issues with its controls here and there, but the controls are a lot better, in my eyes, than the Grand Theft Auto 4. And you remember we got all geeked up about Grand Theft Auto 4 and we started playing it. We got bored within like the first 30 minutes of playing it and we traded it in.
Yeah, we got rid of that. That was
I did not. I'm telling you, I did not get bored with this one. This game is a lot of fun. The story, to me, the story is funny as hell.
Really?
I love there's one character in there, what is his name? He's like a hick. He's like a redneck, and he's a drug dealer redneck in this game, right? And the thing is that he's just insane, right? And that's kind of how they portray the character. He's just literally insane. So he's the one character that you play as that you can actually rationalize him going on a killing spree. Seriously, he's that ridiculous. So let me see, what is his? Because each character, they've got like 3 main characters, right? That are like the core of the storyline. There's your typical black dude.
Token.
Token black dude. There is what is the other one? Then there's one guy that's supposed to be like, the head of the group. Oh man, what is his name? Let's see. Characters. Let's see. They are. Let me go to Wiki.
Wiki man.
Wiki. Bunny loves Google. Bunny loves Wiki. Michael. That's what the main guy's name is. Michael. He's like the head, guy. The other guy's name is Franklin. Franklin Clinton. He is the black guy, and he's like the gang leader. Well, not gang leader. He's the gang member that decides that he doesn't want to necessarily do the whole gang thing anymore because it doesn't pay as well. Right. He's trying to get up. He's trying to get out, make something of himself, and he decides, hey, I'll end up doing high dollar crime instead of being a gang member, right? And then the drug dealer, mentally unstable redneck is Trevor, and he is, I swear, he looks ridiculous. There's a part of it where you're running around in his boxers, and it's just hilarious. His character is absolutely hilarious. I love all the scenes that he's in the game, in the story mode, and his character makes the game enjoyable, because I don't want to say he's lighthearted because he's clinically insane, honestly, but he just his personality in this game is a good seasoning to the other characters, which I think are good. So I think it's well done, because I know you did you actually finish Max Payne?
No, I got through maybe a little bit more than half of it.
Right, but you saw how well they were doing in terms of like getting the storyline across and going through the story and everything.
I thought the storyline was pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of the same way here. I mean, the story itself in this game isn't fantastic, but it draws you along.
That's not what you play Grand Theft Auto.
Right, that's not what you play Grand Theft Auto for. It actually does pull you along a little bit. That after you've done a bit of exploration and a few events or searched or did some exploring or whatever, it does actually give you a reason to actually try to push the storyline along, to kind of see what else is going on, because you actually have control of all 3 characters at the same time. So as you're playing, as you're playing as one character,
swap between them?
Yeah, as you're playing as one character, the other 2 characters, they're actually doing other stuff in the world. So, if you're doing one character for like 2 or 3 hours and you're like, okay, I'm kind of bored, I don't know what else to do right now, a good way to mix it up and find something else cool to do or fun to do, just switch over to, Trevor to see what he's doing, where he is, and what he's up to. And in a sense, it actually pushes the storyline along a little bit, And as you push the storyline along, it unlocks other stuff that you're able to do, or other missions, or other jobs you're able to do. And once you unlock all the different jobs that you can do, dude, it's just so much fun. From playing the stock market to doing assassinations to doing bank robberies to planning heists to there's just so many different things, starting gang wars, and oh my gosh, there's so much in that game. It's a lot of fun. I was surprised at how much fun it was. But yes, Grand Theft Auto, I think that's dropping next week. I think it is.
Is it next week?
Yeah,
they got a lot of stuff.
I think it's next week.
Halo.
Yes, which this is in front of the camera and you can't see it, but Bunny has it.
Bunny's blurred.
Let's see what it's got. Over 4 games, ladies and gentlemen. Halo 2, Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 3, and Halo 4. 45 different campaign missions, over 100 different multiplayer maps between all 4 games.
Now, do you know they did some upscaling to like Halo 2?
The original Halo, doesn't look like they did a lot of upscaling, but yes, they remastered Halo 2, so it looks shiny new. I'm not certain if they remastered Halo 3 or updated Halo 3. From my understanding,
probably wouldn't have to do too much.
I don't think they did anything to Halo 4. I think from my understanding that they did go through and update like the cutscenes for most of the different games, I think. So if anything, the cutscenes are updated. I don't know. I just got it. I just installed it. I just put it on my thing. I haven't started playing it yet. So maybe when I get off of here in a few minutes, I'll stream a little bit of it for you guys so you can see what I see. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you, this bundle, this is, in my opinion, this is what Xbox should have pushed 343 Industries to have available at launch.
Yes.
This should have been available at launch last year. They would have sold a ton of consoles at launch if this was available.
Yep.
I'm not saying that the release of this year is going to sell a whole lot of consoles. It probably won't. But I'm saying Microsoft, if you guys were smart, this should have been the first bundle that you guys announced for this season. Right. This should have been it.
Yep, that I would have had this one and Halo. They got to do a Halo 5 bundle. If they don't, they're freaking nuts on a custom console for Halo 5.
Oh yeah, dude, they're gonna go. I'm almost 100% certain. Next year they're gonna go all out. They're freaking gonna have Cortana pop up out of your Xbox One as a hologram.
What I thought they should have done, which I was shocked when they did it. Halo 4 should have been a launch title for the Xbox One. I would have waited. I would have pushed it back a year.
I probably would have too.
Yeah, pushed it back a year.
I would have said, please just hold off, tell the fanboys to shut up and just release it then.
Yep.
Ugh, goodness. But, ladies and gentlemen, the last little topic that I kind of wanted to get to today, and even before we jump into it, you guys will know a little bit of what I'm talking about based off of this. My last part of it, I did want to go ahead and do an adventures in Bungeneering, and I kind of wanted to exactamundo, and I kind of wanted to dedicate it to, in my eyes, probably the surprise of the holiday season, because it's definitely my surprise, and that's mother bumping Call of Duty, man. I did not think that I was going to be so into this Call of Duty, but it is. It's very good, and in honor of it, I kind of wanted to have a Adventures in Bungeneering kind of episode. And because just like, you remember, Jay, when we were playing back in the day when we were playing those Tom Clancy games, those Future Soldier, all those different Tom Clancy games. That's right, Ghost Recon. And we sat there and said, dude, I bet you the military has something like this someplace. They're probably demoing a lot of this, because you know how Tom Clancy is. He had like super secret clearance, and everyone always wondered, how does he freaking know all about all about this in the military, and even the military would sit there and say, who is he talking to? How does he know about all this stuff? And I'm not saying that Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is like that, but Call of Duty Advanced Warfare isn't as far off as you would think. Actually, earlier this year, and I'm actually getting this information from Design News. I kind of tweeted that out like a month ago. That's kind of where most of the time that I get a lot of my initial information. It's a really, really good trade magazine that I read for my engineering purposes. But the military actually earlier this year, they announced their own exoskeleton or series of exoskeleton projects that they are funding and working on. And one in particular that they were working on is called, well, I'll start at the very first one that they have. One is a kind of a soft exosuit that kind of, you strap around your legs and around different parts of your lower body. And essentially the plan is that it could be flexible enough to be worn under your clothing, but it would be able to give you augmented strength and the ability to walk longer distances without rest. Kind of assist, in a sense, it basically would assist all of your joints as you walked. So of course,
$6 million man.
Yeah, exactly. So they aren't necessarily placing bionics in your body. It's still an exoskeleton. So they put it on there. It has like a little battery pack, and it's attached to different parts of your lower body, all of your joints, and it kind of has motor. I don't want to say motor assistance, but it's kind of like that. So that as you're walking, you're using less of your energy to actually walk and do things. So one of those projects, they recently had Harvard start some kind of biologically enhanced engineering contract with DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Yes, DARPA. And another one that they announced earlier this year, I think it's called Talos. I think it's what it's called. And honestly, if you saw pictures of this thing, you basically would say, dude, that's straight out of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, because it looks like a cross between Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and freaking Iron Man. Because it's all over your body, it's wrapped around your back, it's on your joints and everything, and it does exactly what you would think. They're working on, of course, making it lighter and more advanced and have more mobility and more agility, but the whole purpose is to be able to enhance your strength, enhance your stamina, and just be able to do more things that a soldier needs to do out on the battlefield without exerting as much energy, and also be able to use it as armor itself. And apparently the suit may even be able to deliver first aid to wounded soldiers. So imagine getting shot and then your little Advanced Warfare exoskeleton suit actually mends the wound, or at least bandages it or something like that. You know what I mean? So that what is it? Talos, that's one. The whole DARPA exoskeleton, that's another one. Another one that they've been working on that I think is kind of tied to the Talos project is called the XOS2, made by Raytheon, and it looks, it's another one that looks almost exactly like the exoskeleton suits, almost like the one in Aliens. You kind of strap yourself in and get in, and it's all over and has like arms and stuff all over it. So the military is not so far off from some of the things that you see in Advanced Warfare. It's pretty simple for you to be able to put HUDs in your helmets and stuff like that, and have like your head move and other different servos and stuff, and be able to use drones. I mean, we've got all kinds of drones working around now.
Yeah,
so
we have drones that work.
yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of people have drones and use it for all kinds of different things nowadays. So definitely Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is not as futuristic as you think, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, Bunny's Adventures in Bungeoneering is done. That's really all I wanted. I'll put like links to some of the different suits so you guys can see, because they actually have videos of some of these suits and stuff. So, but ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much is a show. I know we ran kind of long. I was hoping we could get some additional people in here. I guess I'll have to reschedule with K Murdoch, his podcast, actually called Bits, Rhymes, and Life. You guys should really go check that out. It's on the Nerdy Show website. The Nerdy Show website, they actually have a bunch of different nerd-related podcasts there, and they are hosting K Murdoch and Mega Ran's podcast there, Bits, Rhymes, and Life. I think they are on episode, I want to say 7 or 8. I was just listening to one of them, or actually this morning, where they were talking about an album that they, their very first album they did together back in 2004 called Forever Famicom. And, that was basically where K Murdoch was using different Super Nintendo beats as well as I don't think they were all from Super Nintendo, but I think a majority of them were like Super Nintendo games or NES games. And he would turn them into hip hop beats, and he'd give them to Mega Ran. Mega Ran would spit over whichever that beat was, and it turned out to be a lot bigger of a success than they even imagined it was going to be when they first did it. And even now, Mega Ran is touring around. I guess you could say he's touring around the world, and he gets people coming up to him and asking him to perform stuff from that album, and that was done almost 10 years ago. So, it's one of those kind of things. The whole nerdcore thing is kind of building steam, and K Murdoch and Mega Ran, they're kind of going down memory lane and kind of talking about the games that inspired those tracks. Why they decided to incorporate them, and how they came up with the songs and everything. So, you guys should definitely check out that podcast. It's interesting. It's fun. It's nerdy. It's about gaming. It's about hip hop. It's about life. You're gonna love it. And you should definitely listen to it before we have Mr. K Murdoch on here, so you guys can be informed and have some cool questions and stuff for him. But we also have a host of games that I'm hoping that myself as well as Jay and Makita will be able to review for you guys soon. Get some videos up. Thank you, El Gato. We love you guys. We are putting those game capture devices to work, and we are trying, to get some additional videos and gameplay footage and streaming sessions galore for you guys. So definitely stay on the website, which is hemag.com/Geekswagg with 2 G's, and you will find all of our Twitch channels there. You'll find a lot of the other links for a lot of things we speak of in the shows there. And definitely go and check out the rest of the Ladies of the Round Table stream team. We've got a lot of people. We've got a lot of really, really talented. We've got some pro gamers on the stream team now. Some other really, really talented ladies. I think I forget what it was. I was watching the show they had on last Friday, and they had a game developer that was on last Friday that had some really interesting insight on just game development, as well as some other things. So check out some of the other shows here on Ladies of the Round Table, as well as the rest of the stream team. I'm going to try to do a better job of getting into the raid call so that you guys will be able to play with us when we're not, when we're streaming or when we're not streaming or whatever. So check us out. All the links and everything are going to be on the website. Go check out Ladies of the Round Table, LORTNation.com, I think it is. And ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Thank you for being with us here. I'm your boy, Bunny 3000, and the dude that's over there asleep because Bunny was talking.
Oh, yeah, it's show over yet?
Dirty Hell Mato.
Did he stop talking?
Did he crash it? My boy, Dirty Hell Mato, and we are going to get Makita back. I'm telling you, we'll get her back. Alrighty? But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being on the show with us. And we will see you next time. Much love.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.